Hi guys, I hope you all having a great day, and today we are looking at Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Today we are on my 3700X, 6800 XT. For the RAM, I'm using 3200 MHz CL14 and I have 32 gigabytes. So let's go straight into the display settings and graphics. We are of course running at 1440p. We have no form of upscaling. This game does not support FSR and I am not turning on XESS. As you can see, we are at 1440p. VSync is off. We have SMAA times 2 and let's get into the graphics. Basically, we have the Ultra preset on and we have HBO Plus on. I have turned off depth of field, motion blur, bloom and screen effects because I don't like those effects when I play game. I do not like motion blur and I don't like depth of field especially, so I take them off. Now, you will have noticed that I've moved my overlay to the other side of the screen. The reason for this is Shadow of the Tomb Raider after each benchmarks who puts the results on the same side I have my overlay. So to prevent you from seeing a lot of clutter, it's just moved to the other side of the screen for this video. Let's run the benchmark and see how it runs. That's a lot of VRAM utilization there. 8 gigabytes and above. Very impressive for Shadow of the Tomb Raider given how old this game is. I think this game is what, 4 years old, 5 years old? Came out in what, 2019? So very impressive that it could use that much or dedicate that much VRAM to something. The CPU is pretty heavily utilized also. The FPS in the game is very high, as you can see, even though we are using older components and not the latest and greatest. The experience is still very high refresh rate, very smooth, very playable in this game. Easily averaging in the 120s, high refresh rate for a single player game. Some people will say 240 is high refresh rate, but 240, 360 hertz monitors and stuff, that's for esports. This is a single player game, so 120 FPS is very playable. This part of the benchmark seems to be much more CPU demanded, as especially when you come down into the village area. I assume that is going to be due to the NPCs and the shadows and the draw calls to the CPU. So we dipped in down into the lower 100s. 108 we saw, but we're hovering back up again 120. CPU usage went up to about 60-70% now. Overall, the game is still very playable. So 135 FPS at 1440p with no upscaling. Again, pretty good results, pretty smooth playable game. So let's go into the graphics setting now and change some stuff. So leaving textures at ultra, We're going to drop shadows down to high. It doesn't make much of a difference. We're going to turn this to BTAO. That's a little more optimized. Level of detail, going to leave that at ultra. Screen space contact shadows, we're going to take that down to, well, I'll turn it off. Doesn't make too much of a difference. Pure here, set that to low. And let's run the benchmark now. Let's see what we hit with some more optimized settings. The settings I lowered are usually minor impact to the visuals. Some people might like more pure here, so you could leave those on. But we'll see what we're hitting now. Overall, the game seems to be running again exceptionally well, even with the near maxed out settings. The game was at 135 FPS, so for a single player game at 4040p, again, that's going to be really good. And optimized settings will improve your FPS, but as you can see, the game is still very smooth, even at the highest setting, as it is an older game. But still, very good looking, very nice, very good FPS overall. So we definitely seen CPU limitations here because the GPU is hitting about 75%. So that's very low, 74% utilization on the GPU. So we're definitely hitting the limits of the 3700X with the single core performance there and latency of the older Ryzen architecture. But again, highly playable performance overall. So again, still pretty high refresh rate throughout. We'll see the final result. So 140 FPS. So we definitely saw lower GPU usage and we definitely hit the limits of the 3700X. GPU bound 17%. I think this is going to be more CPU. We need a faster CPU if you want to get those frames, especially down to the end in the most CPU demanding area of the benchmark. But again, 140 FPS, 135 FPS, that's pretty smooth for a single player game, and overall it will be an enjoyable experience. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Have a nice day. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them down below.